Hey guys, my name's Ryan, and today we're going to talk about how to address alopecia or how to talk about it. And I wanted to make this video because I feel like I'm still learning how to talk about it, and when I first went bald, I really didn't know how to talk about it in a way that wasn't like aggressive, yeah, I'm bald, so what? So I wanted to make this video to be like, hey, this is what I've learned along the way. 7 years of having alopecia. And one of the first things I didn't realize right away, it was a really slow learning curve, and I'm gonna say learning curve because it's a 7-year learning curve, so it's like, it's getting there. I didn't realize when I first went bald that people don't know what alopecia is. It's one of the top 10 autoimmune diseases in the world, but it's not really talked about because it's not harmful to people. And so you see a bald person and you assume it's cancer because that's one of the number one reasons people are bald and why they show it. A lot of alopecians tend to hide it too, even though we're beautiful with and without hair, both ways. So when I first went bald, I would be like, hey, I have alopecia, and people would just assume that alopecia was a type of cancer. And I didn't catch on to that until like 4 months of me being solidly bald, and then realizing, wait, I need to explain this a little bit further. So my sentence, instead of people asking, hey, why are you bald? Oh, I have alopecia. And then I'm going, oh, okay. And I can like see them be sad about it. I say, I have alopecia. It just makes it so I can't grow hair. So that's like the little sentence I would give people so that they would know what was going on. And that's if they asked me directly. And then as I started to be put in like new settings and I wasn't in a place where everyone knew me, I realized that people really don't see bald women a lot, and just saying that little line is not enough for some. So if I'm in like a group setting of new people, I like to wait for a lull in the conversation, and then I go, hey, just so you all know, I have alopecia. It doesn't hurt me and it's not contagious. I just can't grow hair because of it, but I love it and I own it and I have a good time. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. And that kind of opens it up for conversation so that people can ask you the questions instead of stare. Because a lot of the time when people want to ask you something and they don't know what to say, they end up just staring all the time. So it's like, pay attention, like notice and walk over to me so I can ask you a question. And if you just broadcast it and be like, hey, this is what's up. I've done it in classes too, where I'm like, hey, they're like, give a fun fact about yourself. And my fun fact is always like, I have alopecia, that's what's up. And I do that until I know enough people know what's going on. And then I like tell a real fun fact where it's like, I make wire faces for fun, for art. So those are the two main ways, like the short and sweet, I have alopecia, it just causes hair loss, and then opening it up for a discussion, because I found out that most of the time people have a lot of questions about it and things I wouldn't even think of to like explain. Like the other day someone asked me if my nose hurts because I don't have any nose hairs to protect my nose from the cold air, and I was like, oh my gosh. It did hurt at the beginning, but then I got used to it. But I would have never thought of that as like a question to ask. So I'm like, cool, write that down. And I like receiving questions. I like people asking me and being like, hey, what's up? I want to know more, just so that more people are educated on what alopecia is. Like, I want to tell you, so come and ask me. But I do know there's people who don't like to have questions or like be talked to about it, and so you can open it up by addressing people and being like, hey, I have alopecia, it just causes hair loss, and that's it. I don't really want to talk about it because there's nothing much to talk about, but I thought you all should know what's going on. And that's how you can cut it, be like, short and sweet, this is what it is. No, I don't want to talk about it. And I'm not saying those are the only ways to address it, but those are the two main ways I've done it. I've also been in situations where people don't believe I'm bald because I had a wig on, and I go, hey, just so you know, I don't have any hair. And they look at me like, you're playing me. This is a joke, because my lace wigs look like real hair. I'm like, no, I'm serious. I am bald. And they're like, I won't believe you until I see it. And so in those times, I like wait for whatever event we're doing to like be over, and then I'll take off my wig, and every time the reaction is, oh my gosh, you look so good. That is the proper response, people. Thank you. I've never had someone see me with the hair and then see me without and go, oh my gosh, hideous. But that was always like a fear in the back of my mind, and as soon as I realized that that's not how people normally react, like, worry's gone. Not stressed about it anymore. I know people are decent. They try to be decent, at least. Emphasis on try, not always succeeding. But it was an easier way to talk about it and address it to people. Just so, if you're new to alopecia, know that not everyone knows what alopecia is, and just saying that doesn't clarify things. You probably should explain just a little bit further that it's hair loss and not cancer. And don't be afraid to like broadcast it to a room and be like, hey, I don't want to have to talk about this 50,000 times. This is what it is, so that you all can chill out. But those are my recommendations. If you have any other ways that you like to address the crowd, message me, let me know, leave a comment in the DMs so that people, DMs, obviously I have social media really good. Leave a comment so that other people can see and like learn from all of our experiences. It's not fun to be the first or to go through something for the first time, so help spread awareness. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.